Look out. Make it funky now. Yeah. Goodbye, Joe. We got to go. Me on my we got to go for the pier on down the bayou. My Yvonne, sweet as fun. Me on my low. Son of a gun, we're gonna have big fun on the bayou. Jambalaya, crawfish pie, Philly gumbo, yeah. Cause tonight I'm gonna see Mama Sarah Neal. I'm gonna see my Sarah Neal. Big guitar, and the gale. And be gay, yo, baby. We're gonna have big fun on the bayou. Yeah, yeah. Fontano, Thibodeau. The place is a buzzin'. And the kinfolk come to see Yvonne by the dozen. They dress in style and go hog wild, me oh my oh. Hey, son of a gun, gonna have big fun on a bow. All right, look out. Jambalaya, crawfish pie, Philly gumbo. Cause tonight I'm gonna see Mama Sarah Neal. Big guitar, fill fruit jar, and the gay-o. Son of a gun, we're gonna have big fun. Son of a gun, we're gonna have big fun. Son of a gun, we're gonna have big fun. On the bayou. Oh, we're gonna have big fun where? Right down there where the swamp stumps are. Yeah. Cypress swamp. Yeah, jambalaya, baby. Did you ever have any of that?
Oh man, delicious. I mean, plenty of rice, and you get that.
Yeah. Hey,
and
everybody.
Douai sausage.
And what kind of sausage?
And Douai.
Oh, Douai sausage. I don't know what that is. I know.
Oh yeah. You've had it. Anytime you've had jambalaya.
And I've had crawfish now. I'm talking.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. That's where we're going today. Welcome, folks, to the Old Dog Show. I'm Mickey Carroll. This is my co-host, Captain Harry. Harry and I, we played. Hey, you played New Orleans too, haven't you?
Well, I played a little bit. I played out in Thibodeau, the town that's mentioned, is to save the wetlands out there because they're being, they're being overran. Their commerce comes from oil.
Oh, you did a fundraiser then. I got it. Okay. I played. Man, I was there for 2.5 years. You remember that. I went out there with a trio, played at the Gunga Den on Bourbon Street.
Wow, that's history.
Yeah,
Al
man.
Hurd had a club out there.
Oh, yeah, man. That was Dr. John played in the front of the room, and I played in the back. We had 2 bands in those days, the dance floor in the back and over there the listening part of the bar, and that was a good gig, man. I learned a lot of things there. Anyway, that's what we're talking about today. New Orleans meets pop music in regard to Tin Pan Alley and how all this meshed together and was published up there through Tin Pan Alley. These songs all needed a place to go. Anyway, Harry, I'm talking about New Orleans, and one of my favorite writers who was a little bit of everything. He was about Tin Pan Alley big time. I believe this is Randy Newman we're talking about now.
One of my heroes.
And his family, I believe, wrote for
motion picture industry out in Los Angeles. Alfred Newman, Lionel Newman. They were big screen writers for movies.
Right, and Randy, when he was a little guy, he spent a lot of time in New Orleans. I'm sure he went back quite a few times, but you could tell the roots and the effect that city had on him just through his songwriting, And you can hear Tin Pan Alley and New Orleans combination in it. Let me just...
He has it all.
Give you what I'm talking about. I was born to make you happy. I think you're just my style. I tell everyone I know, every place I go, love to see you smile. I don't want to take no trip to China. Oh, I don't want to sail up to Nile. I don't want to be too far from where you are. I love to see you smile.
Yeah.
In the summer, in the winter, in the spring or the fall. I just want to see you next to me. I don't want to see you smiling at me now. in a world full of trouble. You make it all worthwhile. I don't want to be too far from where you are. Oh, Lord have mercy, I'd love to see you smile. You all I want to do it. Come on, Scotty with shop, pop, pop, oh Lord, yeah. Makes you want to go to New Orleans. I love to see you smile. Oh yeah. That's fun.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah. You know what always knocks me out about New Orleans is there's always a tuba root somewhere. There's something in the music.
That started, at the end of the Spanish-American War, there were a lot of brass instruments left over. So when that war ended, the ships came right in there from Cuba, and they dropped all those instruments off. So every little kid would find a cornet or something.
Yeah, it ran in the families, baby. They kept passing it on from one to the other, and the next thing you know, you got a special style of music. I mean, it really is a traditional American art form, to say the least. You know,
I want to make a distinction between a tuba and a sousaphone.
Go ahead. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
John Philip Sousa had that big bell put on a tuba, so it could reach out, in parades and stuff like that. But the real tuba we're talking about down there is the lowest baritone instrument or bass instrument in the brass family. And that's what wound up in every band until they found out that the upright bass, but it's hard to hear the upright bass. You can hear that too.
You can hear it too, but now also you can celebrate. They used it in their funerals. They use it
better for marching than an upright bass. You're
baby.
Stiff down the road.
Anyway, always, if you listen to, the song we just played is a pop, 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 and that carried over into rock and roll.
And that's got to be there. It can't change.
Yeah, no.
There's no change I could give to it as a bass player that would make it more meaningful. If that isn't there, it isn't there. And it, like you said, it's a support system for all these great grooves.
Well, just lend me your ear for 1 second. The tuba style, I'm not saying all tuba lines, just the style of playing, what they set, the trend. When you go up to Tin Pan Alley and you hear Sunny Side of the Street, okay?
I remember,
I'm just going to say, we got
a similar bass line.
You could feel that tuba line in there.
Gotta be there.
So anyway, that's Tin Pan Alley. We're heading for New York now, Chicago, and all up that way. So anyway, let's play a little bit of Sunny Side of the Street. You want to try that?
Yeah, let's try it.
Okay. Grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worries on the doorstep. Life will be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. All right, come on.
Can you hear that pitter-pat?
That happy tune, baby.
Oh, that happy tune is your step.
Yeah. Just
to wreck your feet.
Oh, yeah, baby.
On the sunny side of the street.
I used to walk in the shade with my blues on parade. Oh, look out, I'm not afraid, no, baby. I just rover, cross over.
Mickey, if I never had a cent, I'd be rich as Jimmy Buffett.
No, Warren Buffett.
I think that's better, yeah. Gold dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street.
To the bridge, I can walk in the shade with my blues on parade. parade. Oh, Harry, I'm not afraid. No, no, no. There's a rover, a crossover. Now, if I never had a cent, oh, I'd be rich as a Rockefeller. Life would be so sweet on the sunny side. Come on, turn it around, baby.
On the sunny side.
Boo, 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 boo. Now, on the sunny side. One more time. Talk about the sunny side. Yeah. On the sunny side of the street. Oh, yeah. And you know, that's got a little New Orleans in there, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, who wasn't in love with New Orleans music when it went up the river and finally hit those towns?
Yeah.
You know, they all were, and Louis was a great ambassador.
Yeah.
You know, for that.
Yeah, man, because, you know, those turnarounds, like, it's almost like, well, that one's a little bit different. It went from C, ba, ba, do, 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 D, that's an E, and then a da, do, ba, boo, do, de, da, you know. This little turnaround, F, D, ba, ba, D, da, do, da, to a D, to a G. And then if there was a little bit of space in between, they'd use that turnaround.
Well, they've always got a little tag on the end.
Yeah. Da 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 da. Do a pom 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 pom. Ba 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 ba. So it's all there. It's all there. You know, it doesn't. You don't have to struggle to find it, and it applies to different keys, of course, different little songs. But it's almost there in an academic way. So you go, oh my goodness, that's just easy to find. You know, it's easy to do and find, and there it is, man. There's a prime example. By the way, that was a happy tune. That's something that came out during the First, Second World Wars. Mm-hmm. People needed that so bad, Harry, right?
Actually, what happens is the war spawned a lot of ideas because of loneliness and despair. Yeah. You needed these happy tunes just to bring things to sea level there, you know?
Yeah.
And that's
right.
where all these songs came from, the lyrics, for sure. And then the music has that happy feel. You got a tuba and you're coming up, and jazz is king, jazz is pop.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, towards the end, I believe it was 1880 to 1953. Now, in 53, rock and roll came along. I'm talking about Tin Pan Alley. It started to fade a little bit. Things were changing a little bit. Publishing was a little different.
That's when the publishing was different.
But still down in New Orleans, you had cats playing and writing tunes that were similar. Like they were doing, and it had it. We're back to that tuba feel. You take a tune like "Come On, Baby, Let the Good Times Roll."
Right.
It would go, and you could hear the tuba line in there. And this is the beginning of rock and roll right here.
Oh yeah.
Come on, baby, let the good time roll. Come on, baby, let me feel your soul. Come on, baby, let the good time roll. Roll me all night long. Come on, baby,
now this is it.
Man.
We got something that we just can't quit.
Yeah.
Come on, baby, let the good time roll. We'll let it roll all night long.
Yeah, that. And it feels so good, baby, when you're near me. You got to come on, baby, and rock me all night long. Yes, come on, baby, let the good time roll. Come on, baby, let me feel your soul. Come on, baby, let the good time roll. Roll me all night long, one more time. Roll me all night long. Don't it feel good there? Roll me all night long, yeah.
I feel like rolling.
Yeah, I feel like rolling too, baby. Oh, yeah. Woo! Now that is New Orleans.
I first heard Shirley and Lee sing that song.
You did? Yeah.
Yeah, They were one of the first groups in New Orleans that got on pop rock radio.
Okay.
Well, of course, Fats Domino.
Oh yeah, man, he was a big. I mean, but Huey Piano Smith.
Oh, and the Clowns.
Yeah, and the Clowns. Well, Huey, he wrote these pieces. You know, it's Earl King's another one. You know,
Chick Bag.
Yeah,
I love Earl King.
and they were the beginning. They were the beginning right there when rock and roll first started. You hear these. It had a strut down the street flavor, you know. You just wanted to party and it's still there, you know.
It's still there. And if a groove is a groove, it's going to last a long, long time, especially when you're looking for that particular groove.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Harry, you know, just for an example, the beginning of rock we're talking about, and there was a prevalent guy that was involved in it way back. His name was Randy Newman. I know you know who I'm talking about.
He's ground floor, yeah. He's been writing a long time. People just discovered him about 20 years ago, 30 years ago.
Yeah, man, he was a great writer. And this is called Mama Told Me Not to Come.
Yeah, Three Dog Night had a hit on top 40 charts with this. But Randy wrote it originally, and he's always got that tuba line, like you said, in there for the bass to play.
Tuba feel, yeah. Sure.
Set me up there.
Okay.
Just play a little bit of that. Want some whiskey in your water, sugar in your tea? What's all these crazy questions they asking me? I've seen so many things I don't want to see. Don't turn on the lights. I don't want to see. Mama told me not to come. Mama told me not to come. She said, that ain't the way to have fun, son. Open up the window, let some air into this room. Think I'm almost choking from the smell of stale perfume. And that cigarette you smoking about to scare me half to death. Open up your window, sucker, let me catch my breath. Mama told me not to come. Mama told me not to come. She said, that ain't the way to have fun, son. Mama told me not to come.
Oh, sing it, baby. All right.
Mama told me not to come.
All right, man.
She said, that ain't the way to have fun, son. That ain't the way to have fun.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I wanted to say that there's another little song that we're about to play live, but first, before we play it and introduce the band, I wanted to say, look how this ties into that, okay? Because speaking of rock and roll, you're talking about rockin' pneumonia. You got to mention that because that also came right out of the same bag as that, baby.
That might be my favorite song, Rockin' Pneumonia and the Boogie Woogie Flu.
That's right, man. And it would do this. It would go like... You know, we've done so many songs, I got all these lyrics thrown in my head here. I wanna holler, but the joint's too small. I wanna dance, but my feet are too long. I said, a young man rhythm got a hold of me too. I got a rockin' pneumonia and a boogie woogie blue. Come on, said that. I got rockin' pneumonia and a boogie. Now, you know, when you hear this tune, you can hear that tuba still playing that funk bottom line, just like that. Now, some people don't think that's important. Keep it going, you know, because it's simple. But let me tell you what, it weaves a tapestry. Keep playing that. You can get 2 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. You can solo it like this. It gives you all that space. Or you can play. can get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can get 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what happens with that tuba line? It opens up all kinds of different time. If you're a drummer in New Orleans, you know that. You're going to be going bing, bang, 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 back to bing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're carrying on.
Yeah, man. And that's the basics right there. You got to have that tuba line down there to do that, right?
I would love to hear the whole band do this. And we'll get everybody together.
Yeah, we're going to play Rockin' Pneumonia, and here it comes, man. We're going to do that with our buddies out here.
Oh, yeah. Keith Wilson's on drums, Terry Hart's on piano, and the great Joe Donato is going to join us on this selection.
We were so lucky to get Keith Wilson. He's a local cat here, too. He's playing all around
he
town.
Plays
one of the
every
best.
kind of music.
And Terry Hart, I can't say enough about. He's been involved
Same thing.
Yeah. So let's get down to business.
Joint's too small. I wanna dance, but my feet are too long. I say, young man, Bill got a hold of me too. I got a rockin' pneumonia and a boogie woogie flu. I wanna kiss a baby. I'm in love.
Oh, yeah.
I say, baby, much too tall. I said, young man, rhythm got a hold of me too. I got a rockin' pneumonia and a boogie woogie. I say, so folks. Ding, ding, boom, bang, dang, boom, bang, bang, boom, bang. I got a
Skizzy wazzy music.
way too tall. I said, young man, rhythm got a hold of me too. I got a rockin' pneumonia and a boogie woogie blue. I got a rockin' pneumonia and a boogie woogie blue. I got rockin' pneumonia and a boogie woogie flu.
I have looked all over town. I'll tell you one thing I have found. Old dogs can be fun to have around.